All right, chat. White with a small blue splash cars here. We've got a bunch of vehicles. We've got Mobilizer Mech that lets us crew other things. We've got some Colossal Plow. We've got some Bankbusters. Then we've got just other good white cards. We've got Emperor and Wedding Announcement. We've got Dragonfly Pilot, the direct-to-digital card that makes that Dragonfly suit in hand. And then the blue splash is available a little bit more heavily out of the sideboard. We have Spell Pierce, Annul, and Jwari Disruption for the ability to, I assume, interact with Meat Hook Massacre, among other things. So let's go ahead and pop on into some matches with this and see how it feels. Is Colossal Plow good? Does it seem like a scam? I have no idea. I have just copy and pasted a deck list off the internet, and we're going to try and figure out if it's good or a scam. Pengu Power, thank you for the 2.5 years. Welcome back. Will I survive the algorithm? My main YouTube channel has never been super favorable with the algorithm. And in fact, since I started posting, what's it called? Alchemy content, my main YouTube channel has been steadily declining in terms of subscribers. The Magic community as a whole is largely still very salty about this format, and every time I post a video, people unsub from the channel. We'll be okay. We'll survive without them, but it's just a funny commentary on community feels. Yeah, definitely, Duck Doolittle. You can cut the end of the video in the YouTube editor. YouTube has an editor on it? I'll have to poke at that. I haven't seen that before. When will Blue Black Witch be played? No promises on anything being played or not that are not donation decks. I'm just going to be trying to pull up lists of Alchemy and standard decks, and we'll probably let people vote on them. So if chat votes for them, we'll play it at some point, and if they don't, we won't. It's my favorite shard? I have no idea. Am I legally obligated to say Grixis? I might be legally obligated to say Grixis. I'm gonna Skyclave this iTwitch and smack them for 4. Nice, Rufio. I just want to get Wedding Announcement going. Is this a land? I think this is a land. The Every Play promo will be going for about 3 more weeks. So here's someone that wanted to pick it up at some point to get a deck added to the queue and try them out. You've got a little bit of time. So it'll be going through new competitor releasing. I'd rather get rid of Skyclave or Dragonfly suit. I think I'd rather ditch the Skyclave. The flying creature sounds useful. I'm mostly just taking deck lists that have had successful runs in tournaments, Grindel. Define successful. I don't know, like 4-2, 5-2. I don't really want to run my Bankbuster into the City Stalker, so I think I'm playing out Dragonfly suit. I'm not gonna say X2. I'm not gonna say X2 because some events are double eliminations. So that could just be like, yeah, Leon Dev, to submit a deck, you can submit it through my form here. And you can just indicate it's for the Every Play promo in the comment section. Thought Grease Fang was a must. Well, one of the things I would generally discourage you from doing when it comes to thinking about and building Magic decks is when a deck like this that isn't really an established archetype in the format, don't be like, well, you have to play this card. It's like, well, the deck's not really an established deck, so maybe you should rethink some of the things you think about as must-play cards. Because part of the reason why the deck probably hasn't been successful to date is because people keep thinking of things as must-plays that likely aren't very good. So I'm gonna Hotshot Mechanic, and then do I want a Mobilizer Mech or Colossal Plow? I think I want a Mech, because Mech can block the Redain. Sounds good, Duck. Hey, Duck, do you want Vodrok turns up as our... What? Let me know when you'd like to see it played, just as soon as possible, or a particular day this week. We'll be doing Magic every day. We kind of need to start pushing them before we get meat hooked, huh? Random card on our deck. We have mostly synergy stuff. I guess I would just beep beep and attack, huh, Chip? Sounds good, Duck. Ready to plow. Chip, I have a really important question for all of you at home. Why do people buy Apple products? My wife and I bought an iPad because we wanted a piece of education software that we could run for the kids, and it took a couple of small tumbles while it was in a case, but it had a screen protector on it, and we assumed it was fine because usually it's the screen protector that chips and cracks before the actual screen. Well, Christy just pulled the screen protector off of the tablet, and apparently the actual screen is just shattered and cracked underneath it. Just actual garbage hardware for way too much money. It's just unreal. I don't think I've ever actually broken the screen on an Android device. I've had so many over the years. I don't think I've ever I can't tell you how many times I've seen what I refer to as the teenage girl special iPhone screen basically shattered. And I just assumed people were careless with them, but it's actually just a hardware defect, huh? It's wild. I mean, I thought the actual hardware was like fine for the most part. I never had any issues with it, but after finding out the actual screen on it is garbage, I'll definitely never buy one again. How are we sideboarding here, now that I'm done rambling about my Apple product being trash? Am I supposed to bring in Spell Pierces? They're definitely a Meat Hook Massacre deck, right? I don't know, maybe we just got unlucky, but Chad, I've been dropping 800 different brands of Android devices on the ground in cases for the last 2 decades and never had a problem with them. Maybe we're just unlucky. I am unlucky professionally. Need to be dropping fat beats. And it's not like it was just like a loose iPad either, right? Like all of my devices have children touch them on occasion. So like there was like this fat, bulky, like supposed to be shock resistant case on the device that it was never out of. So it's not like it was just the raw hardware flopping around either. Oh, Pilot plus Bankbuster this turn. Smack him with the mech. Alright, now they're gonna make the decision for us. I think it's child-proof, only child resistant. I don't know. We had, what's it called? We had, fire tablets for the kids from, Amazon, and those things are super resistant. Like, those things, like, literally went downstairs multiple times. This could be a land. I'll offer the trade of the 1/1 for the eye twitch attacking with a second. Let's just draw a card here. Anecdotal evidence in this chat has made me certain iPhone screens are either unbreakable or very breakable, and I think we can conclude this study and write up our findings. God bless. Hey, thanks for the Prime Leon Dev. Welcome back. Listen, chat, all I'm saying is I have the very large sample size of n equals 1 with my Apple products. So my evidence is irrefutable. And also, like, for what it's worth, this particular piece of hardware I'm talking about never took any major falls. It literally just got used the exact same way all my other pieces of hardware got used. The highest place it ever fell from was, like, off the couch onto the floor next to the couch. Yeah, the kids never have the iPad unsupervised. I'll say this, my 6-year-old and my 8-year-old both frequently have Android phones unsupervised, and they all work fine. I think I'm sacrificing the one that hasn't drawn me cards yet. The only Android device that's broken in my home in recent memory was Christy's cell phone that she dropped off our second floor balcony. As a mechanical engineer, I can say with certainty that gravity is bad. God bless. It was trash Android product shit. Couldn't survive a 20-foot drop. It was like 15, 16 feet. What an incredibly interesting and fun Magic the Gathering card. Was it good for you, Chad? It was good for me. I had fun. To be fair to Apple, a lot of places are getting rid of headphone jacks on their stuff now. I prefer to criticize fairly, and Apple is hardly alone when it comes to doing things like getting rid of the headphone jack. Discarding 2 here is bad if they have another. Yeah. Yikes! Yikes! Divine Purge largely only sees play in Historic these days. Gotta work our way through these City Stalker connoisseurs. Well, the good news is, if they meat hook me, I can hit them with Hall of the Storm Giants. He said before realizing meat hook was Plague Wind. Are we gonna outgrind them here? We might be in a position to outgrind them here, chat. It's gonna be kind of impressive if we beat this farewell. I assume they're gonna meat hook for 1 again. Oh no, yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, I should have crewed the Bankbuster and sacked it. My brain is bad, chat. Oh, they drew field for my haul. Sedge. We're actually in an okay spot here overall, because like I have Mech Hangar. God bless America. I say we're doing okay because I have Mech Hangars like sent in Mobilizer Mech. But now this is gonna get This is gonna go get them the 7 mana spells, the problem. I think I want to save this draw. Oh, I guess I could cast anything I draw there. Maybe I'm supposed to draw with it. Although drawing something and playing it out into Meat Hook isn't particularly exciting. It's important that I draw another card with this, so let's crew Mobilizer. I get to crew this. Ooh, we could have hit Spell Pierce in response. It's a good call. It did not matter, but you are correct. We should have done it in response. And, like, they can Meat Hook my X ones here. I drew another Field of Ruin. Good God. No, I want to force the Meat Hook out of their hand, Chip. There's value in making them Meat Hook. I want to force them to field, so that way my Mech Hangars. And then whatever they block with this 4/4, we're gonna Seed of the Empire it. These Mech Hangars being able to make a vehicle a creature might drag us across the finish line here. Keep my Bankbuster alive. So we're a little bit behind overall still, because they're going to Meat Hook my board, and they'll have a creature land to my Bankbuster. Are we losing this race? It's close. We're up by 1 turn, assuming this card is a blank. I don't know that we're gonna be able to beat that one. Yeah, their average card quality is also just going to be higher than ours. They have Blood Token Sphere too. My body is prepared for my Bankbuster to die. Okay. As far as, like, draws go, we definitely had worse than that. Well, if they killed our Bankbuster before we blocked Flamemeister, we'd be in a pretty terrible spot. If I just attack them with Bankbuster here? Is that too aggro? I like it. Puts us dead to removal. I'm gonna get a 1/1 token. And I have the ability to animate Dragonfly Suit via land, so no, not dead to removal. I am gonna slowly die to this Meathook Massacre though, because that's how that card works. Just like can't attack and block with it on board without falling further and further behind. Couldn't quite beat the farewell champ. Game 3 on the play. Our deck had an impressive amount of grind up until the end there. Couple of really brutal discard sequencing turns for sure. Maybe this isn't a Spellbinder matchup. The card's pretty mediocre into Meathook Massacre. I'll go down to 2 of those and go up a Spell Pierce, I think. It's a little land heavy, but mulliganing against the deck full of Mind Rots isn't a particularly fun strategy, so... Oh yeah, duress me, daddy. And now our Spell Pierce is just gonna be super awkward all game. That's fine. Thankfully, holding up Spell Pierce is relatively easy to do, so... They're either gonna have to play into it or have their stuff be awkward here too. I'm ready to plow. You ready to plow, chat? Oh, you know what? I could have used this mana to cast the Dragonfly suit and then played a tap lands. So small sequencing mistake there on my part. Could have had a scry one. So when we draw a land here, we could have avoided that. I am not the prophet I want to be, Chip. Alright, turns out it actually did not matter. Choice is an illusion. Ooh. Get out of here. They didn't want to give me the triggers, so now they get attacked for a little bit more, which is great. Havoc! Thanks for the 19 months. I appreciate the prime. Welcome back. All right, so we got farewelled out of the game. Hangar was super impressive there, Chet. Ride the plow. Alright, chat, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't mean to mulligan that hand. That was a misclick. I was moving my desk up, and I went to reposition my screen, and we bumped the wrong button. If we get to plow this turn, it's actually kind of incredible. Chat, I have a really important question. Why is Molten Impact? Can anybody answer this simple question for me? Why is Molten Impact? Please, someone help me understand. I believe we have died here. I can like Skyclave. Well, let's try and grind that out, I guess. I can Skyclave the reflection of the Kiki, but feels like we're pretty dead here. It really sucks into green. I mean, lava coil style cards are typically pretty reasonable into green. You're right that it's like not a 2-for-1 in green against green. It's one of the reasons why the green deck is better against this red-black deck than the average small creature aggro deck. But like, as far as red removal goes, 2 mana deal 4 is a fine rate. And to be fair, we were probably losing that last game with 1 more card in our hand. That's close, but I think I'm supposed to spell pierce this rather than to play Emperor here.
I'm not overconfident. You're just underwhelmed. May your blade strike true.
I don't know if this exchange is good, but I kind of just need to apply pressure here. We're gonna go land meat hook and I'll top right. We'll move on to the next one. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. Right on time, Spell Pierce. Welcome to the party. You drive the car. Then this car and this pilot drive this other car. Ready to plow. Get a 1-1 and then they're all 2-2s. Let the festivities begin. What are spells, baby? Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Okay. Tire spinning is good for the vehicle deck.
To its knees.
Go. Well, I mean... Well, Dragonfly Pilot has been punching above its weight class for sure. That being said, I think we're pretty dead here. Yeah, I think I want some Orvars for the board. Having some anti-discard sounds good. Having a bunch of counter spells is super awkward into their I think some spell pierces seem good, but I think rather than these 2 annuls and then the 4th spell pierce, I'm gonna put 3 Orvars on the board. Like the all form, please. 1, 2, 3. That's just curvimetry. What could it be? Wait, snow-covered plains. Opponent. Where are your red and black cards, opponent? Something is amiss. Get our winning announcement ticking up here. Go 1-1, can trade with the adversary. We want to work towards that Anthem effect ASAP so our board can be a bit larger than theirs. Alright, chat. Let's see if they can activate my trap card here. I'm gonna play this as a land now. And we'll go pilot into suit here. Do I want to offer Reckoner Bankbuster for their Cathar? I think the answer is yes. The snow payoff is literally Fates to Save in 10 general. Goody. Need some 3-1s, opponent. Combat trick this one.
I have got new moves.
So they get to gain 3 life back here, but we mostly trade off boards with us coming out pretty far ahead. That's worse than a random at this point. Pretty reasonable, Cody. Red-black felt pretty hard, per usual, but we haven't had all red-black matchups. Okay.
I'm never done for good.
Let's fire this up and just smash it with everything. In general, New Guardian, I think my line was ideal, which is why I took the line that I took. And if you'd like to articulate as to why you think a different line is better, I'm always happy to hear it. But yes, I did the thing I did because I think it was better than what you are suggesting. I am open to being wrong, but you will need to explain to me why you think I was wrong. Does Emperor let them live here? They exile this, chump block here, go to 4, take 3, go to 1. They're not dead to this attack, but they're in a pretty unwinnable position. Hey, what's going on, Heeslick? Thanks for dropping off that prime while you're dropping by live. Wouldn't be able to be here without folks like you. Thanks for keeping me around. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, if they had enough life to be able to, like, trade here, they might be okay, but the fact that they have to chump here. Let's be a wizard and draw a 1-drop with this Bankbuster. Rats, never lucky. That's fine, still pretty good. There is a version of that archetype in the Stream Queue Incinerators. We're gonna play it at some point this week. Was that lethal with the Bankbuster attack? We were lethal around Wandering Emperor there. Yeah, I think you're right that if we crewed the Bankbuster, it was lethal. That's fine. All roads head towards room here. They're dead next turn.
See you later. Keep watch for intruders.
The Skyclave will both remove a blocker and then be able to crew the Bankbuster thanks to the wedding festivities. Okay, mono white. Definitely the Circle of Confinements matchup. That might be it, actually, huh? Just do that. No, not at all, Turf Doctor. The types of decks that Spellbinder tends to be best against are not very good in Alchemy right now. The kind of spell-based play from hand, more controlling decks tend to be very bad into the red-black discard decks. So 34 months, Suevos, welcome back. Yeah, Drunk Owl. Whenever people talk about their teammates and opponents and masters being bad, I always feel like they should just go make another account and remind themselves that, like, the people they're playing with in masters are markedly better than people at the bottom of the ladder. There's a very big difference in how much you can carry a game at the top versus the bottom. Oh, look at this. Doesn't have anything to crew these. Yeah, exactly. MOBAs attract a lot of the same types of people that card games do, honestly, which is why I think there's so much overlap in those audiences, because MOBAs, like card games, always have a reason other than I messed up that you could point to say why you lost a given game. If you don't want to reflect and get better, there's always a scapegoat you could point to. Yeah, the era of ladder systems in video games is interesting, because we never had anything like that in the competitive games when I was growing up. Like, you just, like, everybody had like a handful of Counter-Strike servers that you played in for like different maps or different team counts, and you just played the games for fun. Fun. Ugh. It's hard to get that word out. Is that word allowed? Are you allowed to play games for fun? It's just, you think about it today, it's just vomit-inducing. People are playing games for fun. No mentioning the F word. You know, it's funny. So someone just mentioned the line goes up documentary we've been talking about regarding NFTs and cryptocurrency, and I'm almost through it. I'm at like the last 2 chapters, and there's a section in that video talking about play to earn games, where games use NFTs and crypto as a currency to encourage players to grind to make money while they play the game. And the whole section just talking about NFT games, you literally could have removed the NFT game that they were talking about and replaced it with Magic the Gathering Online, and everything they talked about, sans being built on blockchain, was applicable to Magic Online. Just actually 100% of it. I think we're dead here. Just a little bit too far behind in terms of tempo, and their board is much larger than ours. Even down to the point where they talked about in the video where the most successful NFT games were allowing people who lived in some South American countries to like make better than minimum wage just grinding the NFT game. And that's true of, there's a lot of Magic Online grinders from South America that they just like grind Magic Online leagues and their events, and they sell tickets to like pay for their living. Okay, so we get to go pilot on 1, plow on 2, pilot plus this on 3, crew this attack, play a dragonfly suit. Well, that was rude. Just ruined my whole plan, chat. Okay, wait, that means my plan is still in the works here. This hand's kind of our nut draw, huh? Don't play a Thalion. Don't do it. Have a heart. Good. I have not kept up with John Oliver recently. I should go back and watch through his last season. I know they just started again. If you're someone that likes the type of political stuff I frequently talk about here on stream, John Oliver is S-tier content if you haven't engaged with it before. Mr. Plow, that's my name. You know, I was a little skeptical of Mr. Plow going into this game, chat, or going into this set, but I am definitely ready to plow after playing with this deck here for a little while. It's been quite fantastic. This Emeria's call might actually be a spell, huh? Because Mr. Plow makes us 3 mana. It's super reasonable, Gap. When I wasn't even grinding, like, I was just playing games to have fun on Magic Online, Gap, and during undergrad and grad school, I cashed out $200 to $500 a month on average. They're blackmailing Congress people with their browser histories. Oh no, chat, remember, if you don't ever want to be blackmailed in the future with your browser history, make sure to check out our lovely sponsor NordVPN to secure your internet connection. They have a removal spell here? No, don't kill Mr. Plow. What did Mr. Plow ever do to you? Attack for 6 once or twice? Come on now, what's an attack for 6 between friends? Okay, I think with the way things have panned out here, this needs to be a land.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so we can... We can Circle of Confinement the Brutal Cathar to get our Skyclave Apparition back, to exile this. And then I can say Dragonfly Suit cruise from the 1/1. Dragonfly Suit cruise the Bankbuster. Bankbuster and Skyclave Apparition crew Mr. Plow. And we're ready to plow! The plowing will continue until it's like a turducken. Yeah, it's the turducken of crewing vehicles. Dragonfly Pilot is really pivotal. I would not recommend playing this deck in standard. Literally just talking about how Dragonfly Pilot is really important in this deck. Just play Alchemy, chat. It's fine. Like, especially this deck. If you're gonna have all these cards from standard anyways, it's 4 uncommons. You can skip the Forsaken Crossroads if you don't want to spend rare cards on Alchemy only stuff. See, chat, there's cowards at home that looked at this hand and were like, we should mulligan. I, however, am allowed to block warriors, so I kept this hand. So this is actually kind of a choice here. Do I Colossal Plow now so I can... Do I Colossal Plow now so I can Mobilizer Mech Colossal Plow next turn? Or do I Bankbuster now so I can have a good blocker for the Kessig Naturalist? They're actually kind of close, chat. Yeah, I think blocking is more important. I agree with that assessment. Although this is like triple ramp. God, it's so close. That's true. If they remove the pilot, playing the plow is really bad. Always be plowing. I rescind my previous comment about being able to block warriors, chat. I like this. If I hadn't played the Bankbuster there, my opponent almost assuredly would have rebuked this. That would have been really bad for me. In fact, I think I'm just going to run this line back. And yeah, the life gain from plows look great in the aggro matchups for sure. The problem here is their Tolvalar is flipping. So they get one card out of this. Teflon Boy, thanks for the follow. Okay, that's a pretty good draw. So we get to go Skyclave, exile your blocker. They're dead? No, we're short of killing them. Because this is crew 3. These are both crew 3. It's okay, chat. There's a lot of really terrible cards in our deck. I forgive you for not knowing what all of them do. As far as big old unplayables go. Actually trim some lands here, because you're at like 27 to start. It's actually pretty high. We're not going to cast Emeria's Calls in a lot of these games. Trim a 4-drop. Do I want some extra Cathar Commandos just for its stat line? This is like a 2-drop surprise crew thing that like also trades profitably into a lot of their stuff. Wedding Announcement's a little bit lackluster on the draw. So let's put in all the Cathars and see how they feel. Get rid of Cathar here. It's okay against Ranger class. Rude, chat. Very rude. Hatlister, thanks for hanging out for almost a year and a half. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. While we've taken Rahilda off the table so she can't draw any additional cards, they're going to get to cast this Bankbuster at some point, because anytime they attack with a wolf or werewolf, they get to utilize that trigger. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. I don't want them to draw a card with Torvalor here. Is it the same Daredevil that used to be on Netflix? If so, yeah, I watched all that Netflix, whatever those 4 characters are called. The Defenders, yeah. They just moved to Disney. Okay. That's interesting. So all of those were Netflix originals, right? That's a good draw. I need to catch up on the last couple MCU things. I haven't seen the latest Spider-Man yet. And I haven't watched the last 1 or 2 of those other ones. I mean, chat, doesn't Disney acquire all of them eventually? Oh, they can kill this in response so that it never accrues and doesn't get to... Okay, I'm gonna jump block here rather than let them draw a spell, I think. 2021, Disney acquired the rights to 5,000 Marvel characters. Oh, so just a couple. I want to blow up the Bankbuster here, Chip. Means I technically can't crew the Plow on board anymore, but... Well, failing to draw a creature there probably means we're dead. The Tovalar is going to flip over, and I can't crew my Plow. 3 on the play here. Wedding announcements, a bit better on the play. Pelly, thanks for the 32. Yeah, I'm really glad the Abzan deck from yesterday felt playable. I like that. I like that archetype a lot. Plow plus pilot here. Yeah, this deck's been great. Wow, are they not killing the plow? That's so good for us. All right, chat. I'm ready to plow. Oh my gosh, they have a 1-mana way to kill the plow? That just ain't right, chat. That just ain't right. Big oof. Forest to plowshares. Wait, that's cheating.
Now you've done it.
Think I want to trade these.
Remember your training.
This technically gives them the option to play a land and kill the Wandering Emperor with their Werewolf Pack leader, but I think I'm okay with that exchange. Why do these cards make themselves cheaper when you have legendary things in play, chat? Seems like such an unnecessary thing to do on cards that are already playable. Yeah, it's really strange flavor text.
We've got the edge in this fight.
Well, it doesn't count your legendary lands in play, right? Each legendary creature you control. Or spells that can't be countered. That sounds great. Magic is always a much better game when they add more spells that can't be countered.
We must.
I think this is unbeatable, chat. I guess we should have saved our Skyclave Apparition, huh? Things gonna start drawing cards off of our deck too. maybe that combat trick can help us, but at the same time, they're also going to be making this bigger via their ranger class. It also has vigilance, so I can't exile it with wandering. Chat, I'm not really keeping up with spoilers. I will look at the set when we have a full set at the end of the spoiler cycle. Having to reparse all of the cards every time they spoil a new one is a waste of time and energy. Yeah, I think this game's over. Yeah, the tempo from the Besiege You on turn 3 was just way too much to overcome. One mana removal spells are cracked. They give us a land that we ultimately didn't need. So it basically had no downside for the opponent. I think the pup is fine. I'm actually not even sure if the pup's even very good. It's obviously good in that situation, but generically, pup is a card that's felt a little bit on the weak side when I've cast it a lot of the time, so. I think the power level of the interaction we just lost to is definitely on the Rahilda side more than the pup side. Rahilda is a very powerful Magic the Gathering card. Yeah, chat, it's 2020. If a digital TV series isn't releasing all at once, I just ignore it until it's all released. I don't follow things and watch them week to week. That's for peasants. Aim. I forget about shows while they're coming out, and then I ignore shows while they're coming out and forget about them once they're out entirely. Yeah, mood. You'll note on the sequencing there, we waited for my opponent's spell to resolve before I flashed in Wandering Emperor, so that way they didn't know with certainty I was going to have it. And we just Skyclave Apparition this key, right? Because that way if they took a non-blue-white card, they just can't cast it. I don't recall, Cody. Oh, it's a generic drafting animation. That makes sense. I'm gonna plus the Emperor here to play around a sweeper the best I can.
edge in this fight.
Chad, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, and I feel like I'm about to blow some people's minds, so if you are currently standing, you might want to sit down. The people that are saying they prefer to watch new episodes week to week instead of binging it all at once like Netflix does, you're allowed to only watch one episode per week, even when they publish them all at the same time. I know, whoa, Jeff, my mind has exploded, but it's true. You are, in fact, allowed to watch it all spread out however you would like. I need someone to ration my TV for me. Did I forget to draw a card with this? I might have forgotten to draw a card with my Bankbuster. Maybe I should have shipped the Skyclave here too. I didn't want to attack with this. I wanted to play around Seat of the Empire. Well, I guess they'd have lived anyways, though, right? No, they would have died exactly. Yeah, messed up again. Some slops this game for sure. I'm so tired, man. I'm so tired. Divine Purge basically only sees play in Historic. We shouldn't have messed this game up, champ. We missed a card draw and we missed lethal. I don't know if my miss lethal was wrong though. I guess even if they had the thing to kill my Skyclave that turn, they still would have died to the Bankbusters. So yeah, it was probably wrong not to attack with it. Our deck does not feel like it beats the card Farewell. The card's been savage every time it's been cast against us. I really don't understand why they print cards like Farewell into formats where they're printing things like vehicles. It's like, why create this thing just to like hose it completely off? Like, what's the point there? We're just making another 2/2 on Emperor. No, they would have been at 3. They would have been at 3, so I would have. Oh, you're right. It would have only been +2, right?
Now you've done it.
Yeah, maybe. I think you're right, actually. Man, and the Emperor life lets them live here.
This is what you get for hurting my people. Keep watch for intruders.
Afternoon, Marset. Masserap. That's a Masserap. I'm jumping here.
Still too much to learn. Guards, to me.
Oh. Huh.
You are not much of a.
I'm gonna be honest, Chad. I wasn't expecting that. Alright, we're gonna draw untapped land. They'll counterspell this one. We'll kill them with this one.
Our swords will cross again. Run away. You'll be safer. I've learned much during my travels.
Please stop! Please! Please stop! Make it stop! Please! I'm begging you!
We've got the edge in this fight. I guess that's it then.
Spellbinder, Spell Pierce, Jwari Disruption, Commando, Skyclave Apparition out. What are we cutting here? Is that Colossal Plow? It might be Colossal Plow. Eiganjo should have the option to deal 4 to the face if they're being rude, something like that. actually just gonna play around Jwari Disruption here. And I'm gonna Cathar at sorcery speed to crew this, just attack them for 5. Rather than playing out my wedding announcement into a counter unless I pay 1. We're so smart and thin, chat. Just the smartest, thinnest Magic the Gathering player you will ever meet. They got me with the second one, shit. It's okay, sometimes it be like that. Sometimes it do, in fact, be like that. I be not sane. Thank you for the sub gifty. That's very generous. Face your Planeswalker. We'll get to draw a card with Wedding Announcement.
I guess that's that.
Just wanted some attention before asking for a timeout. Aim to please. Dragonfly Pilot here, so that way I can trigger the attack with 2 things on Wedding Announcement again. Alright, less close when we are on the play. Afternoon picks. We doing all right. We finished Tomb Raider Definitive Edition this morning. It was very good through the end. This deck's been very reasonable. It's probably our last match with it, regardless of the outcome. We're ready to switch over to some standard. We're gonna play some Goldspan Dragon combo in standard. Deck gets to play a bunch of cards that have been nerfed, so it's probably cracked in half. Yeah, that is the first of the reboot series, our large. We're gonna do all. We're gonna do all 3 of the reboots in a row for variety stuff in the mornings. Series seems great. If you like clever 3D puzzle games, Bugsnax is S tier. You should be emotionally ready for a weird turn at the end. I feel like I have to warn you in advance. You should emotionally prepare yourself for what's coming at the end of the game. And if you don't think you'll ever play Bugsnax, you should go watch my playthrough at a minimum. Watch like the first hour and the last hour if you don't want to watch the whole thing. The game's not super long overall, so it's not tough to watch the whole playthrough, but man, it gets weird at the end. Stop breaking my stuff. The combat in Tomb Raider is significantly better than the combat in the Uncharted series. And I don't think it is particularly close. The setting and story writing in Tomb Raider is definitely more brutal than Uncharted as well, but from a pure gameplay mechanics perspective, I think Tomb Raider is far and away better than Uncharted. Does Tomb Raider have a good shimmy? You do your fair share of shimmying in Tomb Raider for sure. I don't play card games, kids, right? All right, let's open on this. And if it just resolves, I think we just draw a card. Kirby game is something I need to pick up to play with the kids at some point. It's not even just about the bows being more satisfying than guns in Tomb Raider versus Uncharted. Uncharted falls into the shooting game awfulness of bosses are just more bullet spongy. A lot of shooters tend to not have particularly good combat for a variety of reasons.
May your blade strike true.
Yeah, I did a playthrough of Hades. The game's really short though. That'd be my main complaint about Hades. It only takes like 2 hours to escape Hades, chat. Which is on the short side for modern games. All of the Super Giant games are really good. What's it called? I think Transistor is my favorite. My favorite Super Giant game.
Guards, to me.
The actual gameplay in Transistor is really, really unique and good, in my opinion.
We've got the edge in this fight.
I'm ready to plow. We have bested the blue-white controls, chat. I like this deck. The core was really sweet. Colossal Plow, definitely the standout card from the set. Between Dragonfly Pilot and Hotshot Mechanic teaming up to crew this, and Mobilizer Mech and Mech Hangar being able to crew it basically for free in a roundabout way, the deck felt really consistent. There were a number of games where we like got to crew this and attack on turn 3 or 4, generating 3 additional white mana, allowing us to gain a huge tempo advantage playing out the entirety of our hand. Outside of exactly Farewell and Divine Purge, our board was also pretty resilient to sweepers thanks to the combination of vehicles and wedding announcements and our Planeswalker that felt pretty good. The red-black matchup felt a little bit hard, but post-board, the combination of Spell Pierce and Orvar definitely felt like it swung that matchup to, I'm hesitant to say good, but definitely winnable in the right spots. So I think if you're looking for something kind of sweet to play, this deck seems very reasonable. The rares and stuff that you have to craft for it are all like pretty generically good cards that'll go in most things. And like the off-meta things for this deck are just a bunch of uncommons, so they're relatively free.